to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Michelle and I make videos to help you get ready for your 11 plus exam. So today we are going to be doing an English comprehension on the hidden key and we're going to be answering 15 questions. So let's get straight into it. I'll be reading a short passage and answering 15 challenging questions. And in the description below, there is a link to a PDF containing the passage we are reading and 6 questions. These 6 questions include 3 multiple choice questions, 2 vocabulary questions, and 1 prediction question. So go look for that in the description. Text the hidden key. If you would like, you can pause this video and read it, but also note that there is a page 2 to this text. Arjun had always considered his grandmother's attic a place of dust and disappointment. The sloping ceiling and dim circular window gave it a forgotten air, and the old oak desk beneath the window seemed no more interesting than the cracked trunks stacked nearby. One wet afternoon, driven upstairs by boredom and the steady drumming of rain on the roof tiles, Arjun began to explore more carefully than usual. As his fingers traced the edge of the desk, he noticed a small brass handle protruding discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. His curiosity stirred. He tugged it gently, and a concealed compartment slid open with a reluctant creak. Inside rested a velvet pouch faded with age. From it, Arjun drew an ornate silver key engraved with delicate patterns. It felt unexpectedly heavy and cold in his hands. Certain now that it must unlock something important, Arjun searched the attic with renewed determination. Behind a stack of battered boxes, he discovered a wooden chest secured with a rusted lock. Holding his breath, he inserted the key. For a moment, nothing happened. Then came a sharp click. The chest did not contain treasure, as he had half hoped, but bundles of yellowed letters carefully tied with string. Each envelope bore his grandmother's name in neat handwriting. That evening, Arjun placed the letters before her. She stared at them in astonishment. "I thought these were lost forever," she said quietly. Together they read the letters, written by Arjun's great-grandfather during the war. They told stories of courage, loyalty, and sacrifice. The key had unlocked more than a chest. It had restored a piece of family history long thought gone. From that day forward, the attic no longer seemed empty. It had become a place of discovery. Question 1. What does the word protruding suggest about the brass handle? A. It was broken. B. It was sticking out. And C. It was shining brightly. Now over here, I've put a piece of text to help us with this. He noticed a small brass handle protruding discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. Now I'm going to use a method that's called swapping out and swapping in. So we have our word protruding here, which is what we're trying to figure out what it means. And we have A, it was broken, B, it was sticking out, and C, it was shining brightly. So we're going to try and use all of these and swap them with protruding to see if our sentence makes sense. So that's the way we can get our answer. So A, it was broken. He noticed a small brass handle broken discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. Now that part does not make sense. Then we have B, it was sticking out. So he noticed a small brass handle sticking out discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. And that makes sense to me, but we also have to check C. He noticed a small brass handle shining brightly discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. Now, first of all, we have brightly and discreetly. You cannot be both brightly and discreetly because discreetly means not very much and brightly means very much. So they're both opposites and they cannot be next to each other. So our answer would be B. The word concealed most nearly means A, hidden, B, locked, or C, heavy. So over here again, I put a piece of text to help us here. He tugged gently and a concealed compartment slid open with a reluctant creak. So we can use our swapping out and swapping in method once again. He tugged gently and a hidden compartment slid open with a reluctant creak. That sounds right to me. But then we can try our other two. He tugged gently and a locked compartment slid open with a reluctant creak. This I would say is wrong because you would need something to open it, just not a gentle tug. Remember the word gentle, he said. Then he tugged gently and a heavy compartment slid open with a reluctant creak. Once again, he said gently, and nothing in this text implies that it was very heavy. So I think the answer would be A, And if we checked our dictionary, concealed actually does mean hidden or not seen, so this would be correct. What does ornate suggest about the key? A. It was old and rusty. B. It was plain and simple. And C. It was detailed and decorative. And here I have put another piece of text. Arjun drew an ornate silver key engraved with delicate patterns. Now, this part of the text already helps us. It says it was engraved with delicate patterns. So if it had patterns on it, it wouldn't be plain and simple. And then now we have to decide between it was old and rusty or detailed and decorative. But I would lean for C because it says that it had patterns on it and it was engraved, which shows that this was detailed. So our answer would be C. The word astonishment shows that the grandmother felt A. shocked and surprised, B. angry and upset, or C. calmed and relaxed. Now this is more like an inference question. The grandmother felt astonished when she knew whose handwriting it was, which was Arjun's great-grandfather's handwriting, and they read these letters together. So she would not be angry and upset if she and Arjun were reading these letters, but astonishment also means surprised. So that is in our answer of A, so that means that it's correct. A is our answer. Why did Arjun go into the attic that afternoon? A. He was told to clean it. B. He was bored. Or C. He was looking for treasure. So first of all, we can eliminate all of the silly answers using the process of elimination. He was not looking for treasure. Although he wished for treasure, he was not looking for treasure initially. So we can eliminate C. Now over here, I put a piece of text to help us that is from our extract. It says, driven upstairs by boredom. So this shows that Arjun was bored. Where was the hidden compartment located? A. Under the floorboards, B. Beneath the bottom drawer of the desk, and C. Inside the wooden chest. So this is our piece of text over here. A small brass handle protruding discreetly beneath the bottom drawer. So our hidden compartment was located beneath the bottom drawer of the desk. But don't get confused because some people might have chosen C because it says inside the wooden chest, but it was not the hidden compartment that was inside the wooden chest. It was actually the letters. So don't let that trick you. Question 7. What was inside the velvet pouch? A. A bundle of letters, B. A silver key, and C. A gold coin. Our text over here says, from it, Arjun drew an ornate silver key, which first of all gives us our answer. But like question 6, 2 of these answers are included in the text, which our other answer would be a bunch of letters. But our bunch of letters were actually found in the chest. So when you're looking for questions, don't just assume that you know the answer. Always look for something in the text that will help you back it up so that you absolutely know that you are correct. Where did Arjun find the wooden chest? A. Under the desk, B. Behind stacked boxes, or C. Near the attic door? Now, first of all, even before we can read the text, I can eliminate A because we know that under the desk, Arjun actually just found the brass handle, not the wooden chest. So now let's read our piece of text. It says, behind a stack of battered boxes, he discovered a wooden chest. And this immediately gives us our answer, which would be B, behind stacked boxes. 9. Who wrote the letters? A. Arjun's grandmother, B. Arjun's father, and C. Arjun's great-grandfather. Now, first of all, like I did with question 8, we can eliminate something before reading our piece of text because we know our text so well already. Who wrote the letter? It's not going to be A, once again, because Arjun's grandmother is reading the letter and it's not her writing as we can tell in the text. So now we're going to read this and see which one it is. Together we've read the letters written by Arjun's great-grandfather during the war, which gives us our answer, not Arjun's father, it was Arjun's great-grandfather, which is C. 10. Why does the writer mention the rain drumming on the roof tiles? A. To create atmosphere, B. To show it was storming dangerously, and C. To suggest that Arjun was frightened. Now, first of all, I'm going to explain what atmosphere really just means. It's basically the setting where, when, and how something's happening. And when you read that line, how does it make you feel? Does it create suspense or tension? So let's read the piece of text that we have over here. One wet afternoon and the steady drumming of the rain on the roof tiles. Now, nowhere in these pieces of text does it say that Arjun was somewhat frightened or scared of the rain. Now, to show it was storming dangerously, this one could have been right, but it says one wet afternoon, not one stormy afternoon. And it also says that it was just rain and there was no thunder, no lightning. So it wasn't storming and it wasn't dangerous. So we can eliminate B, and our answer would be A, because this is actually creating the setting and telling us that it's raining at this time. This is why this happened. So it's creating our setting and our atmosphere. How did Arjun's feelings change during the story? A, from bored to curious and determined, B, from excited to disappointed, and C, from angry to relieved. First of all, I can eliminate one before reading our pieces of text that I put over here. Now, I can eliminate B because Arjun was bored, as we remember in the beginning of our text. He was not excited. So he was bored, which actually is here in A, but we're going to look at C. It says that Arjun was from angry to relieved. Now he was probably relieved at the end, but he was not angry at the beginning. So we can eliminate C, and the answer would be A. Now our pieces of text support this. It says driven upstairs by boredom, and his curiosity stirred. So he was curious, and we've got curious over here. Why did Arjun hold his breath when turning the key? Our text over here says, holding his breath, he inserted the key. Now, A, the attic smelled unpleasant. B, he was nervous and hopeful. And C, he was tired. Now, this time I can eliminate two options because both of these options do not make any sense. The attic had smelled unpleasant. If the attic smelled unpleasant, Arjun would be holding his nose, not his breath. So we can eliminate A. Then C, he was tired. That's no reason for Arjun to hold his breath, but this actually does suggest that he was nervous and hopeful. He was probably waiting to see what was in the chest, so our answer would be B. Question 13. Why might Arjun have half hoped for treasure? A, he believed the attic was magical. B, he expected something valuable or exciting. Or C, he wanted to sell the chest. Now, first of all, this is more like an inference question because we know that treasure is valuable and it is exciting, which is what B says. But we can eliminate C because it says he wanted to sell the chest. Arjun had no reason to want to sell the chest because he was just bored that day and he wanted to find something to do. So our answer would be B. What does the line, the key had unlocked more than a chest, mean? A, the key was magical. B, the key opened several locks. And C, the discovery revealed family history. Now, first of all, the key was magical. The key only unlocked a chest. It did not do anything else except from that. So that is not correct. Then the key opened several locks. Once again, it only opened the chest in this extract. So it didn't open more than one locks. And then our only answer left is C, the discovery revealed family history. We can read our text over here to make sure we're right. They told stories of courage, loyalty, and sacrifice. The key had unlocked more than a chest. It had restored a piece of family history long thought gone. So our answer would be C. At the end of the story, the attic is best described as A, still dull and dusty, B, a place of danger, and C, a place of discovery and memories. First of all, I can eliminate B, and I think you would too, because nothing dangerous happened in this attic. He only found something, which is a more reason why it's a discovery where it says in C. But we're going to read our text here so that we can make a choice between still dull and dusty and a place of discovery and memories. From that day forward, the attic no longer seemed empty. It had become a place of discovery, which is right here in the text. So in our option, which is C. My video. If you want to, you can go check out my PDF in the description that has 6 questions and also includes the answers. It is also printable, so you can use it as a worksheet. Please like, subscribe, and comment. See you next time on Michelle's 11 Plus Guide.